Hey everyone! Welcome back to part 2 of how to run successful vendor events as a direct seller. Back in part 1, we talked about how to find events and how to prepare for those events. Here in part 2, we're talking about how to actually run the events, execute the event, and make sure that you're focusing on follow-up. So we're going to spend a lot of time today talking about what that actually looks like for your direct sales business to make the very most of these events that you have signed up to participate in. Met me. I am Becky Launder, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller, and our mission is to help you with systems, strategy, and training to make your direct sales business grow faster. We are so happy you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you have not already. So let's go ahead and dive in to part 2. Now that we have an vendor event on our calendar, we've prepared for it, we're showing up. Now, what are we going to do to make sure that we make some sales, we get some leads, we connect with our customers? So to get started, our very first mission is how to get people to stop and talk to us, right? So we talked at the tail end of part 1 about having some freebies, having some goodies, having something that's going to draw people in to your event. Whether that's stickers for kiddos or samples for grown-ups to taste or lotion to put on their skin, some kind of demo, something that's going to pull them in to your booth is what you want to make sure that you have going on. You also want to make sure that your booth is set up in a way that it's really approachable, creating your booth space in a way that's welcoming for people to enter. And then when they actually come take a peek at what you're offering, you don't jump on top of them. You might want to say something like, hey, how are you doing? How long have you been here today? Or have you made it around to any of the other booths? Or what a beautiful day today, right? Just something nice and welcoming, or hey, if you have any questions, let me know. Then kind of keep an eye on what they're doing. So think about how you can be conversational, you can be inviting, but not really like in people's face. People enjoy browsing on their own time. After they've been in your booth space for a little bit looking around, you may want to invite them to enter your raffle. We talked about the value and the importance of gathering leads at events. So this is a great opportunity for you to grab that clipboard that has your lead forms on it. They can easily put the clipboard down if they're not interested, but more likely they're going to grab their pen and they're going to fill out their entry to the raffle because everyone loves free stuff. And it's a great way to invite people to share their contact information. So you can do that follow-up by entering the raffle. So you might want to physically hand them the entry, show them the raffle, point out a couple things that you love that they might be interested in, and keep it really casual and really conversational. Nobody wants to be sold to, so think about different ways to spark conversation, to invite them in, to share little tidbits about your product, but without doing it in a way that's super overwhelming or intimidating for somebody that's shopping. In essence, think about how you like to shop. We've all walked into a store where a salesperson jumps and is in our face and trying to offer us all the things, and we want nothing to do, and we usually exit that store pretty quickly. But we've also been in a store where we're actually looking for things and nobody's around to help us. So make sure that you find kind of the balance. And after you do a few events, you're going to get better and better at this and finding what to share and how to share it and how to do things in a way that is really inviting and so people want to stop and talk to you. What you don't want to do at a vendor event is to pull up a chair and grab your phone and start scrolling. That's the last thing you want to do. You look like you're not interested in what you're selling. You're not present there at that event, and it's going to be a major turnoff for anyone stepping into your booth. So as tempting as it is to get on your phone and multitask, especially if the event is a little slow, I would encourage you to browse around, make the most of it, read your product catalog, catalog at a slow event and gain some product knowledge, or talk it up with your booth neighbors on either side of you. Learn about their product, learn about what they have going on, ask around about what other events that they're doing that they've found a success at. So really make the most of that time and build relationships, even if it's with other vendors around. You definitely don't want to be seated. You don't want to be on your phone. You want to be actively engaged in the event, connecting with people in a very approachable way. All right, so the event happens. Hopefully you sell some stuff, but if you haven't sold anything, that's perfectly fine because you did a good job gathering those leads for your raffle and you're walking away with a good stack of leads to follow up with. Now, here's the thing. You're in the friend zone. You're kind of cool with these people for about 24 to 48 hours. After that, you're the weird lady or dude from the booth. So make sure that you're carving out time in your schedule to really focus on follow-up. That is so important when you're doing events. I can't express that enough, that you want to have time on your calendar the very next day to follow up directly with those hot leads. Now, the hot leads are those that filled out your lead form and said maybes or yeses to hosting their own event, to possibly learning more about the business opportunity, or doing a fundraiser or some kind of community activity. So those are my recommendations when it comes to hot leads. Prioritize those first. I would text them. If you have their phone number, send them a direct text. If you have their email, you can definitely email as well. You're going to get a better response rate via text. And your text might just be, hey, it was Becky. I met you yesterday at this event. It was so great to meet you. That's it. It doesn't need to be salesy. It doesn't need to be spammy. It doesn't need to be a link to shop or this or that. The very first thing you might do is invite them into your customer community group if you have one, or hey, if you want to learn more about what I'm up to, I like hanging out over on Instagram, or make sure to pop into my Facebook group. But I would leave it at that. I wouldn't get into, here's a link to shop, here's the catalog, unless they specifically ask for that. Just a simple message that's hopefully going to warrant a response from them is where to start that conversation right after that event ends. Now, we have a couple of really cool tools to help you with this follow-up process. We have a tool called Perfectly Crafted PMs, DMs, and Texts to help you find the right words when you're following up with people. We also have something called Fast Track Follow-Up Formula, and that actually gives you email templates of what to say and when to say it and how to say it when connecting in with your leads. So those two tools are included in our Modern Direct Seller Academy. Make sure to take a peek at what is over there because they can really help you and streamline your follow-up after you finish a vendor event. Now, last thing, I have a gift for you. We have a checklist that I know you are going to love. It's going to give you what to do to prepare, to get ready, and to successfully run your event. I've linked that download right below this video. Feel free to grab it. Use it as you are getting ready and running your vendor events. Vendor events are truly such a great way to connect in with new customers, to build relationships with people that are local to you in your community, to grow your network and get in front of more faces. If you have not yet tried a vendor event, I want to challenge you to give it a shot. Shoot me a message. Let me know how it goes. Let us know in the comments if this video helped you as you are preparing for your next vendor event. I look forward to hearing from you. Now let's go make it a great day. Take care.